There are plenty of ways to drive traffic today. But generally, when you need to drive large amounts of traffic for a product launch, you'll be using paid methods. In many industries, the standard is, of course, paid advertising, usually pay-per-click or PPC. This is risky because you're paying out money for traffic without a guarantee that those clicks you paid for will convert to sales. So you're risking loss, and you have little or no control over what your ROI will be. For example, you might pay $200 for 200 clicks and only make $210 from the handful of sales you made. It's great that you at least broke even, but you had no control over that outcome. And in the next campaign, you might make back less than you actually spent. You can still make this model work, obviously, but it requires a lot of testing, tweaking, adjusting, and a ton of ad spend, just to get to the point where you've optimized and gained better control over your expected ROI. Compare that to the affiliate model. When you do a JV-driven product launch, you don't have to worry about ad spend. You're only paying for successful sales after they happen, and you know in advance what amount you're paying per sale. You also don't have to spend any time or money testing and tweaking and targeting. You're handing all that hard work over to JVs, with their own lists and audiences, which they already know well and know how to pitch to and market to. When you compare the two, clearly the JV or affiliate model holds an advantage, especially if you're an independent entrepreneur and not a business with a huge advertising budget. Bottom line, if you want to launch a digital product, you need JVs sending traffic to your offer, or you can kiss your dreams of having a big buyer's list goodbye. Let's talk about what to pay them. If a buyer's list is your priority rather than profit, and it should be, then the indisputable best commission rate is 100%. Now don't worry, we're only talking 100% on the very front end. You'll still make money on the back end. 100% commission launches automatically pop out and appear more attractive when affiliates are looking around for upcoming launches to promote. Remember, your launch is not the only one out there vying for affiliates. If an affiliate can make more money with other launches, he or she will ignore yours. So if your front-end product is less than $20, you should seriously consider 100% commissions. You can always drop it to 50% after the launch. If your front-end product is higher than $20, then it's acceptable to offer something like 50 or 75%. The most common commission rate for the rest of the funnel is 50%. Let's talk about where to recruit. Launch announcement sites are an excellent place to let JVs know about your upcoming launch. The two most popular ones are Muncheye and JV Notify. Both of these have a free level where you can list your upcoming launch. However, to get an extra edge, you might opt to pay for added exposure on these sites. Both of them have paid options that will cause your JV recruiting ads to be more prominent and get more views. Another good place to advertise your launch is on the affiliate marketplaces themselves. JVZoo, ClickBank, and Warrior Plus all have paid advertising options that will allow you to get your launch in front of potential JVs. The success rate and ROI of these advertisements will vary quite a bit. You can also announce your launch in one of the many Facebook launch announcement groups. These groups tend to be private, so you'll have to request to join each of them. There are literally tons of these groups on Facebook, and you can find them by searching for words like JV or product launch. Many of these groups are like notice boards where everybody posts their launch but very few people read about launches, while others are much more interactive and fruitful. Since it only takes a moment to post in each of these, you might as well post in even the lower quality ones, but just be aware that results will vary. Now a quick note here on using coaches as JVs. Arguably the quickest and easiest way to get a high-level JV on your team is to join their coaching program. Many IM coaches offer to promote your product as part of their coaching package. However, you should typically do this well in advance of your launch, or even in advance of your product creation. This is because these coaches desire to work with active students and don't want their coaching programs to become affiliate for hire programs. Coaching programs tend to be very expensive, but they are often ironically less expensive and more effective than the above-mentioned paid ads that people often spend a lot of money on. Now let's talk about your affiliate sign-up page. A JV sign-up page is vital to getting affiliates on board, and there are several important elements that you should include, starting with a JV video. Your JV invite video is most effective if it features you in talking head format. You should describe your product thoroughly as well as all the details of your launch. This means you should mention your funnel and your commission model, your contest and prizes, and so on. Ultimately, your video should end by thanking JVs for considering your launch and repeating your invitation. Your sales funnel diagram would typically be in the same place you lay out your commission model. Ideally, you should have a graphical representation of each step in your funnel, indicating all of the upsells and downsells along with the commission percentage for each of those steps and the price of each of those products. Include any different pricing options you have for each of those products. You might specify what each step or product is on this diagram, or it's also acceptable to simply label them as OTO 1, 2, and so on. But expect some JVs to contact you and ask what those OTOs are. Usually your contest and leaderboard will be together in the same section. You'll want to show images of your contest prizes if they're physical items, as well as other details. For example, if you're offering cash alternatives for people who don't want the physical prizes. If you have a minimum sales requirement for each prize, list those clearly. But be warned, a lot of JVs don't like minimum requirements. As for the leaderboard, you'll want that posted above or below the contest info. You can manually update the leaderboard yourself periodically, or you can use an embedding tool that automatically updates it based on the data from JVZoo, Warrior Plus, and so on. It's not necessary to show the number of sales the contestants are making, and most marketers keep this private on the leaderboard. You'll be wanting to update your JVs every day on how the launch is going and to encourage them to keep promoting. To do this, you'll need their email address. You should have an easily visible opt-in form for JVs to sign up. An added benefit of this is that on later launches, you'll have a list of JVs that you can email and notify about your launch. In order to make life easier on your JVs, encourage them to promote, and help them get higher conversions, you should provide done-for-you bonuses. These can simply be repurposed PLR or MRR content that you place into a zip file and provide a download link on the JV page. For a course on how to make these bonuses look gorgeous and appealing, see our bonus creation course. Once you've got your bonuses, you'll want to go the extra mile and create a bonus template. This simply means creating an HTML or WordPress page with those bonuses on them, maybe some images and a few headlines about your product, with a CTA stating, "Grab these bonuses when you buy product name through our link." You then place this into a zip file and your JVs can simply upload it to their website and drive traffic to that bonus page. You can either hire someone on Fiverr to create a basic page like this, or use an easy web builder like OptimizePress 2.0 to build it yourself and export the page as an OP2 template. But keep in mind, not all your JVs will have OP2. Now, just like you need to provide done-for-you bonuses and bonus pages to them, you also need to provide pre-written emails for them to use. You may find this hard to believe, but if you look closely at the promotional emails in your inbox, and then look at the JV pages for those products, you'll notice that even famous, high-level marketers often use pre-written swipes from JV pages. Why? Because it takes time to write a good sales email, and even more to fill your email marketing schedule with a whole series of them. Providing JVs with email swipes allows them to copy and paste promotional emails and simply tweak them a bit to make them more unique. I'm not saying all JVs care about email swipes, but for many of them, this definitely makes your launch more attractive. At a minimum, you should have one email for each day of your launch. But 2 per day is better, and having 4 or 5 scarcity-based ones for the last 48 hours of the launch is even better. In this same section, you can also add an assortment of graphics and banners for people to use in their blogs, sites, and even paid ad campaigns. These are probably used less often, but it's still worth having them. If you're not sure what sizes or dimensions to provide, you can simply look at Google AdWords guidelines for banner ad dimensions. This isn't because you're making these for Google, but simply because they cover a broad range of shapes and sizes that can be useful anywhere. To give your affiliates an idea of how attractive your offer will be to their audience, you'll want to add a preview of your sales page. This also allows them to read up on the basics of your product so they can understand it better and write more detailed and accurate promotional content about it. Arguably the most important part, make sure you have a big, bright, prominent button on your page inviting affiliates to request an affiliate link for your product. This should link to your affiliate registration details page on whichever affiliate platform or marketplace you're using. So now that you've got a launch date set and affiliates recruited, it's time to get ready for your first digital product launch.